Hello and ZOMG, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to see a rematch between Jaedong and Zero coming up right here. We see the score at the bottom, 6-2. This is a rematch of earlier in this set when Zero, definitely an underdog, came up and, as I predicted, I must say, I'm kind of proud of that prediction, beat Jaedong earlier in the set. That's one of the two wins. We see they're 6-2. The last two wins before today, the day that these games were played, was a 2-0 stompage of Jaedong against Zero in the Bacchus OSL, which Jaedong, of course, went on to win. So, I mean, they've met several times in the past, and before today, Zero has only won once, and that was in the Pro League in January. So, I mean, Jaedong's just a monster of ZVC. Like I said in ZVZ, like I said, showing a little bit of signs of weakness lately, but, still a force to be reckoned with, obviously. Still the best Zerg versus Zerg player ever. So, anyway, Jaedong is going to be Jaedong is going to be the yellow Zerg in the bottom right, and Zero is going to be teal at the 3 o'clock position on the left side of the map, and I believe this is Outsider. Yeah, this is Outsider. I knew they were going to put Jaedong down because it was Outsider, and maybe that's why they put in Zero instead of Free, because Zerg can be very, very powerful on Outsider, especially a Zerg like Jaedong. But we'll see what happens. This is a 3-person map, so at the very least, if Zero will kind of know, well, it's not really going to be that much of a consolation prize, but Zero is not going to, that's why I kind of gave a sigh at the beginning, is because Zero sent his Overlord the wrong direction. I mean, not wrong in the sense that he should have done it the other way. It's just wrong, and it ended up not being the correct direction. Looks like both players are going for similar builds so far. Zero probably going to go for 12 pool, because we see him actually moving his larva over to the left side of his hatchery, which means he's going to probably spawn. Yeah, so he's not going to go for. Well, I guess it was too late for a pool, anyways, but he's not going to go for an overpool. So yeah, there's the 12th drone, and now he's going to make a spawning pool here. Same thing for Jaedong. Jaedong also going for 12 pool, so it is going to come down to no player. Now, Zero even had a little bit of a build disadvantage in that game that they played in set 2, and he still managed to win, so you never know what's going to happen. But in this case, neither player has a build advantage, except for the fact that Jaedong is going to be able to scout Zero earlier and know exactly what he's doing, whereas Zero's going to have to play a little bit in the dark, and that's going to be a little bit of advantage for Jaedong. He's going to be able to also, due to that, see earlier if Zero sends out Zerglings or something like that. And both players going 12 pool into hatchery. A very, very solid build, ZVZ build. Well, it depends on what it's against, I guess. But it can work very well. And both players are basically playing identical builds on accident, so it is going to come down to micro and what have you. Zero a little bit in the dark, but, I remember Artosis saying at BlizzCon when Zero was playing ZVZ that he has some of the best Mutamicro in the game. Like, he is some of the best Mutamicro in the entire game. And once it comes to air battles, Zero does not let a Scourge land on his Mutalisks, period. So I'm hoping for Zero's sake that it gets to a later game. I just got to root for, I usually root for the underdog, but like I said, I'm a personal fan of Zero just from watching him play at BlizzCon. And since he's one of the more creative players these days, I wanted to, I kind of want to see him do well as well. Kind of the same reason I like Firebite Hero a lot. And here comes Zero coming in with 2 Zerglings. They're going to be met by 4 of Jaedong, so they're going to get pushed back, but Zero is rallying his Zerglings to Jaedong's door here, and it looks like Jaedong may have, because he scouted Zero earlier, he may have been able to sneak a drone in, and that's why we see them having equal Zerglings. He was able to build a drone instead of Zerglings, and then he knew that the time it would take for those Zerglings to get to his base, he will be able to build extra Zerglings to meet them, and so that's why we're seeing them with basically equal Zerglings, and I'll bet Jaedong snuck a drone in somewhere in there. That is the key to, that's one of the keys to ZVZ, is knowing when you can sneak a drone in and still have effect. Now, Jaedong went for a very early lair. It looks as if Zero has gone for early speedlings. He's setting a lot of Zerglings Jaedong's direction, Jaedong's gonna know about them because his Overlord is in the right position. But if Zero can take out that hatchery with enough pressure, he may be able to take out that hatchery. He's got the speed Zerglings. He's gonna be able to have to engage. Jaedong engages. He's got a couple drones in the mix, but there's about equal Zerglings. It looks as if Jaedong's gonna come out a little bit ahead. Jaedong had the speed upgrade as well. It looked like Zero tried to get the speed upgrade a little bit earlier there and try to move in with the speed upgrade, but did not work, unfortunately. And Zero actually lost a couple early there, so he's going to have to fall back. He may continue to put pressure on. We'll see what he does here. But again, Jaedong is going to be able to see everything that he does, although at this point, Zero is going to be able to see everything that Jaedong does. Jaedong spire up a little bit sooner, but not really enough that it'll be have any effect. And Zero putting a lot of Zerglings out here. Anyway, so it looks like Jaedong's just going to go into kind of a defensive mode, try and block off his choke with a huge, great wall of Zerglings, built with the dead Zerglings of Zero's forces, placed between the mortar, the ones that couldn't keep up the work building the wall. And it looks like Zero may actually attack before that wall is completed. The Mongols at the gates, but no, it's not going to happen. Actually, there weren't any really... Are there gates in the Great Wall of China? I don't think there are. There's kind of like towers and stuff, but I don't know if there's actually gates. There's got to be gates, because otherwise how would they get out of their own empire? Anyway, Zero moving in, threatening to try and go for an attack here. He's got a bunch of Zerglings, but so does Jaedong. Jaedong's wall is not really complete, so it's just going to be, well, it's going to end up being a wall on a wall, flat on flat. It looks like Jaedong is going to come out a little bit ahead. Zero, you need to send in your extra Zerglings. Zero, what are you doing? Zero has broken through Jaedong's wall, though, and he's moving in here. He may have an opportunity to do another upset here. He's got more Zerglings in the wings. He's going to send them in. He'd be able to take out some drones. He's going to... Oh, more Zerglings popping out for Jaedong at just the right moment, but more rallied in for Zero here. He's just trying to get this done before the spire pops, before the mutants come out. He's getting more hits on that hatchery. I don't know if he's going to be able to kill it, though. He's got to concentrate on that hatchery a little bit longer. He's going to try and escape. One Zergling gets caught, but barely manages to escape, and every Zergling counts in a battle like this. The Mutalisks pop, and they're going to provide too much of an advantage, military advantage in a ZVZ battle, but he's going to win. He's going to try and run by. Oh, Jaedong is going to block his choke. He manages. Oh, he doesn't even get the drones. He stopped mining there, but he's losing Zerglings now. At least he's going to be able to do some damage to Jaedong's Zerglings with his own, though. He's going to have to retreat. Oh, man, Zero looking disappointed. He was hoping to accomplish more with that. And Scourge coming in at just the right moment. He's not even able to save that Overlord. The Overlord slowly trying to limp out of the way. And it looks like Zero has dedicated so much. Oh, no. No, don't give in yet, Zero. Oh, I think Zero's dead, though. He's dedicated so much money to mass Zerglings that he's only got enough for Scourge. He did not make drones enough to, well, I guess, yeah, he didn't have as many drones, I think, and he also just did not have as many minerals coming in. He's got some mutas out now, though, actually, but I think he was hoping maybe to accomplish more with those Scourge. I thought for a second that maybe he was low on drones. I haven't actually seen his drone count in a while, so I don't know what his drone count looks like. But whoa! Looks like Zero actually let a Scourge land there, caught a little bit off guard, and he only has two Mutalisks, so it was harder for him to pick that up. But look at that, even with just two Mutalisks, picking off those other Scourge. And oh, if Jaedong gets a drone, that would be huge. It's hard to see if he got a drone or not. And here comes Jaedong with a superior Mutalisk force. This is looking really bad for Zero. Even though I thought he was going to win that first game, Jaedong is just too good in a clutch situation. And Zero has to GG. Zerglings in his base, Mutalisks in his base as well. Just an inferior count of Mutalisks, and Zero doesn't quite get the win, and he's got to be really disappointed. I mean, you can see on his face how disappointed he was. And man, that is just an epic comeback, and that is what Jaedong does. I mean, even when he loses the Pro League Finals, he comes back and he owns the hell out of you in the OSL, and in this case, it's, well, not quite the same, but, you know, he's clutch. Jaedong is just clutch. I mean, that's why he loses the first game and wins the next three in his series, or sometimes, you know, in his OSL final victories, you know, loses the first two games and then wins the next three for victory. Jaedong is just a clutch player, and can withstand the pressure and play his top when he really needs it. And so Huasheng is going to win there, and Zero is going to lose, unfortunately, but hopefully Zero does pretty well in the future. GG, thanks for watching that set. Take care.